All right, let's take you across to Vanijya Bhavan in New Delhi, where Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal is addressing the media.
Country. Today also is another special day. Only yesterday the Honorable Prime Minister completed. There is an audio problem, I can also feel it. Hand mic में क्या कैसे हो रहा है ये वाला माइक उनका दूसरा हेलो सेम किधर कुछ तुम्हारे सिस्टम में प्रॉब्लम है नहीं सर मतलब अभी आज तक मैं यहाँ पे 500 बार चुका हूँ यार
Tugged into the rugged Changthang plateau of Ladakh, Neoma Advanced Landing Ground sits in an unforgiving but crucial location. It lies just 50 kilometers from line of actual control, facing China's strategically active Tibet Autonomous Region. Nested at an altitude of 13,300 feet, it is amongst the world's highest military airfields. Once used only by helicopters and transport aircraft, Neoma is undergoing a transformation. The Border Roads Organization is rapidly converting the airstrip into a 3-kilometer paved runway capable of handling fighter jets like Su-30 MKI, Rafale and Tejas. This project is part of India's broader push to create offensive staging areas closer to the line of actual control.
All right, let's take you again to Vanijya Bhavan in New Delhi, where Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal is addressing the media.
After Jawaharlal Nehru ji. And in a way, this morning when I read that the latest international survey has again shown the Prime Minister as the most popular leader in the world, it only goes to vindicate that the work that he is doing in the interest of the nation, in the interest of the people of India, and the global acceptability and reputation that he has earned, the trust that he has earned across the world. 27 global honors being given to one leader is by itself a record. It shows that the world today recognizes and respects India, and the free trade agreement between India and UK, the comprehensive economic trade agreement, clearly reflects the growing relevance and importance of India at the world stage. And it also shows that more and more countries, including and particularly the developed world, is today appreciating that India is the future. The business opportunities with India are the best. The goods and services that India provides to the world have high quality and cost competitiveness. And the demographic dividend, the young, aspirational Indian working in the rule of law, a democracy, fastest growing large economy in the world, decisive leadership, and the demand that a fast growing middle class and growing incomes of our people generate make for India becoming the preferred global partner. The Honorable Prime Minister of United Kingdom also said that this is the most important free trade agreement that the UK is entering into post-Brexit. In fact, this is a very comprehensive agreement having 30 chapters. I don't recall any other FTA has 30 chapters. And a very wide span of subjects are covered. So much so that without compromising our interests at all, we have been able to come to terms on even issues like gender, environment, on IPR, intellectual property rights, and there's some misconstrued notions that some of you have carried, which I'm happy to address. We have protected all the sectors of India's sensitivity vis-a-vis UK. Every country, you have different sectors which are sensitive. There's no one size fits all. So dairy, for example, we have not opened for UK. Rice and sugar, we have not opened for UK. So specific areas of concern where we do not wish to give access, we have been able to protect so that there is absolutely no area for concern for India in this FTA, whereas we have got 99% plus access, preferential access, in most cases zero duty access for the exports that we do to the United Kingdom. So zero compromise, extensive benefit. It makes for a phenomenal free trade agreement, a historic agreement which will not only support export of goods and services, but will also bring a stable, predictable, and secure framework in which India can become a trusted partner for UK's supply chains, encouraging more investments into India. India can become a partner of UK for technology, innovation, and in some sense, it'll open the doors to the developed world for India. I'm sure most of you have already noticed that unlike the UPA, the Congress-led UPA, which used to do agreements with countries like the ASEAN region, who are our direct competitors, who did not open their market as much as India opened the market for their goods. The Modi government has done FTAs with developed nations like Mauritius, Australia, UAE, the four-nation EFTA, Switzerland, Norway, Liechtenstein, and Iceland. Now with UK, we are in negotiations at an advanced stage with Oman, almost finalized, with the European Union and USA making fast progress, with Peru and Chile, countries which do not threaten India as a competitor, but actually complement our own strengths. The global stature that today India enjoys, the global trust that we enjoy, has helped us to protect our sensitive sectors and open markets to textiles, footwear, leather, jewelry, gem and jewelry, marine products, agri products, medicines, all areas of our interest which generate lakhs and lakhs of jobs, where our share as a part of the UK import is today very minuscule. In fact, I was just reading up that take a simple area like textiles. UK's import on textiles is about $30 billion. And their duty rates are up to 12% for different products. 30 billion is their import. We often used to complain, the textile industry used to say Bangladesh gets an edge. Being an LDC, they are able to export at zero duty. So we are unable to compete with Bangladesh. We are unable to compete with Vietnam because that was going zero duty. And therefore our textile export to UK was only 1.73 billion out of that 30 billion. That is about 5.5%. Now we'll also be at zero duty. So imagine the huge delta of opportunity that has opened up for our textile sector. Leather footwear is even more interesting. Leather and footwear sector, leather products and footwear. Duties are up to 16%. So we only had $500 million of export in a $10 billion market. Imagine the huge potential. Our mochis and our Kolhapuri chappals will benefit significantly with this zero duty on all footwear, all leather products that go to UK. Gem and jewelry, their import is about $80 billion. They had duties of about up to 4%. But in gem and jewelry, you all know, even 4% is a huge duty because value add itself is small. Now we'll have zero duty access. So we can grow from $500 million, which we do out of 80 billion today, to sky's the limit. On marine products, I have many other products in my list and large imports. In mechanical machinery, we pay up to 8% duty, therefore we only export 1 billion out of 77 billion imports in UK. Like that, I can give you about plastic, rubber, 22 billion imports, plastic and rubber goods. And our share is only 300 million. 22 billion, 300 million. That's 1.5%. But look at marine products. They import about 2.73 billion. Our share was only 120 million. So much potential we were losing because for 25 years we could not come to terms with them. And they gave up on India around 15 years ago, 14 years, 12 years ago. They stopped negotiating despite having started in 2004-05 or thereabouts. So 2-3 the discussion started. They gave up and they stopped the negotiations. It is only after Prime Minister Modi was able to generate enough confidence that yes, India will do an FTA with advanced and developed economies with whom we used to shy away in the past, that we launched again, I think, end of 21, started negotiations in 22. Unfortunately, 24, they had an election, we had an election, so we had a hiatus. And then we relaunched in October 24. And in less than 7-8 months, we finalized the whole agreement. That's the speed with which Prime Minister Modi's government functions. Processed foods, our export is only 200 million. Their imports are 34 billion. So we are what, 0.5% nearly of what they are importing. So why should Haldiram and Bikaner and the likes? And India is a very cost competitive and very attractive manufacturer of processed foods. This will help our farmers also. And I think sky is the limit in terms of the potential for furniture, for sports goods, for animal products like meat, vegetables, fruits, spices will all go zero duty, another big area of India's interest. All in all, an agreement which can help us to grow our current exports dramatically. Our current exports are probably about 15 billion or so, 15, 16 billion dollars. but UK imports are nearly $750 billion plus. So that is the delta of opportunity that India is going to work on. And I can clearly see that every state in the country stands to benefit. Whether it's Pashmina from Jammu and Kashmir or Bhagalpuri silk from Bihar, whether it's the pharma industry from Telangana, Maharashtra and Gujarat, or the auto component industry in Pune, Tamil Nadu or Haryana. In fact, there's a huge breakthrough also in terms of joint education programs. The advantage with an FTA is it's a signal, it's a demonstration of mutual trust and friendship. And because of this FTA and the National Education Policy 2020 opening the doors to international universities, we already have 6 UK universities who are opening India campuses. This will provide our youth joint degrees. They won't have to spend lakhs of rupees to study abroad. They can get a UK degree studying in India, or maybe spend 3, 4, 6 months in UK and spend 2 years here, get a joint degree at less than half or 1/4 the price. And the biggest benefit that this free trade agreement provides is to the services sector. The services sector had a big problem because they were sending their employees to serve in UK for 2 years, 3 years, short durations. And during that period, nearly 25% of the employees' income was being paid into the National Security Program, their pension program. But because these people did not stay for 10 years, which was a minimum required to get the benefits of pension, the money they were paying was lost. So arguments say, I think anybody working in UK would be earning at least £5,000, an ICT, a technology guy or an engineer or a software guy. At the least would be earning £5,000. I know people earning 100,000 and 200,000 pounds also, who are required to go to serve the IT sector or business processes or consulting. But even if we take the lowest case, at 60,000 pounds a year, they had to pay 12.5% out of that to Social Security, and the employer had to pay 12.5%. So net 25% was lost and never gave any benefit to those employees. And I'm told there's nearly 100,000 Indians who have gone as intercorporate transferees and are working in different jobs on behalf of Indian companies or UK companies which invite them. So even at low 60,000 pound earning, they were losing 15,000 pounds, which is about 18 lakh rupees per year. So if somebody went for 3 years, you can imagine what loss he was doing. And 90% of the people go for short term, 2 years, 3 years. Now they can pay that same amount in the Provident Fund account in India. So it becomes their saving. It is not money lost. And that will become their pension or their security for the future. It will also earn them over 8% tax-free interest in their Provident Fund account. So they don't have to pay anything extra. The saving which that will happen because of the double contribution convention agreement, same amount they'll pay instead of UK, they'll pay in India. It's a level playing field now. Just like the UK employees can get pension, our people will pay in India and get pension or security in India. So it's level playing field. Even for UK, it's fair that the money should not be lost for people who are serving to help the UK economy. It's a win-win for both. And I've always said an agreement can only work when it's a win-win for both countries. And there can be no better example than the UK-India partnership, where we can support them in highly labor-intensive products at competitive prices of high quality, which will help the consumers of UK in a big way, which will save them from inflation and high costs, and which will provide lakhs of Indians jobs in India, which will provide a benefit to so many different sectors, which will further strengthen our education partnership, our technology and innovation partnership, our financial services partnership. And as the Honorable Prime Minister said, it will ease doing business, it will reduce cost of doing business, improve quality of products that we make in India, and increase the confidence of doing business between UK and India. A game changer in every aspect, a holistic, comprehensive trade agreement, which is going to be an important stepping stone to many more agreements with other advanced economies, which sets the benchmark of high quality FTAs that India will be doing in the future, adding to India's credibility, confidence, and competence. That, friends, is the India-UK FTA in a summary. Thank you.
Sir, I'm Sumita from ET now. Many congratulations to you on the signing of this agreement. Just want to understand from you if this FTA or CETA will serve as a blueprint for the other deals that we are currently signing or working with other countries on, and the kind of messaging that it sends out to those countries.
I have always consistently held that every agreement stands on its own feet, and every agreement is negotiated based on circumstances in each country. And the effort is that our Indian industry gets preferential access over our competition. And I think this can become a gold standard to ensure that India protects sensitive sectors and opens the doors, particularly in areas where it's highly labor intensive, in competition with our other competitors in other countries, and allows high quality goods of technology and other products to come to India. If you will see, most of our FTAs are with countries where they don't compete with us on anything. I mean, UAE FTA, they send dates to India. That's not a competition because we don't have enough dates made in India. Australia competes with India in nothing. We complement each other. With the UK also, they'll be sending us, for example, products which we don't have enough in India, or wherever we felt that there was very sensitive advantage that the UK wanted, we respected their sensitivity. But in every respect, this is an agreement which opens far greater opportunities for India than any other agreement in the past.
All right, that was Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal, who was addressing media from Wanijya Bhavan in New Delhi. And he was addressing media on the recently held CETA, which is Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement. This agreement happened between the United Kingdom and India, and it's not just an agreement. This actually speaks volumes about the fact that how the relations between India and the United Kingdom have flourished over the years and how the relations have strengthened over the years in many fields, in the field of defense, in the field of health, in the field of many other things. Apart from the thing, this agreement holds a great importance because this is a 30-chapter FTA, something that has never happened perhaps in the history of FTA. We can call it in the case of India. This is an agreement which will open markets for the Indian artisans. This will open market in the United Kingdom as well. And with the tariffs almost going to zero, this will help the artisans, this will help people from different sectors who can have greater and wider access to the UK markets. And in fact, people in India will get access to the good brands by the United Kingdom. So this is a historic agreement that has been signed during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's historic visit to the United Kingdom. That's what it is, and it will benefit, like I said, in majority of the sectors, especially in education as well, because Union Minister Piyush Goyal just said that 6 UK universities are opening their campuses in India. So imagine, students who used to go abroad to study will now study in India and get a UK degree. So, saving money as well and getting good education. So from the leather industries to the education to many other sectors, this agreement has opened the way for both the countries to access each other's market. In short, it's a historic deal between both the countries, the FTA as we call it. That's all for this edition of DD India Live. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. And we'll be definitely back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.